Good morning, Kelsey. It's June 3rd, and when I woke up this morning, I was a little concerned that I may have contracted the beaver fever while I was sleeping. But then I realized it'd be hard to contract a fever while I've still got the Gwelsey virus. You may or may not have noticed, but my last video was online a little bit earlier than most of my videos have been. And as you did notice, I missed your phone call. The reason for that is because Hannah was graduating from high school that day, and from 4 o'clock on I was either watching her walk across the stage, watching her friends walk across the stage, or I was out to dinner celebrating with her. Having just graduated myself, I watched their graduation with a little bit more curiosity to see how high school is different than college. Now granted, I was really just comparing her high school to my college, but here's what I noticed. They got a very shiny 2011 over their stage. As much as I think front quad is absolutely gorgeous, I kind of miss not having a giant shiny 2011 over my graduation. I think we should talk to Hollins about this. They also had a chemistry professor give their keynote speech, and besides dissolving their high school years in a bucket right before their eyes, she also set off several other chemical reactions on stage, which included a one-gun salute to the class. I would like to know where the pyrotechnics were at our graduation. Besides that, I think the only thing we were really missing was the comparison between boys and girls at graduation. Hannah's graduation separated the girls off onto the right and the boys off onto the left, and they entered in alternating rows, creating a sort of striped pattern because they were both wearing different colors. However, as the boys and girls entered, you could see that the girls were very concerned with keeping themselves well spaced out in a nice orderly line as they walked down to where they were supposed to sit. The boys, however, seemed very concerned with making sure they got there on time. I can only figure that somebody told them that if they didn't arrive exactly on time, their diplomas would go to somebody else. And because Hannah has just graduated, we're in the process of planning a reception so that her and her friends can celebrate. One of the things this reception includes is a slideshow of Hannah from the time she was born to, well, now. So that means we've been going through all sorts of old pictures. I found a picture of me accepting my diploma for my kindergarten graduation, which kind of makes me want to frame it and put it right next to the picture of me accepting my college diploma. We'll see how that one works out. I also found a few pictures which seemed to indicate that I was not as averse to pink then as I am now. And then I found a few pictures which I don't remember having been taken, as they were taken while I was asleep. Apparently my mother finds my sleeping patterns quite entertaining. I kinda do too. The other thing I found is that there are various trends in my family photography, which seem to be repeated over and over no matter what age we're at. The first one seems to be sibling piles. Usually those piles consist of about 2 people, and really can be found anywhere and at any age. However, when you have 5 siblings, you can bet that at some point those sibling piles are going to grow into 3 people, or 4 people, and occasionally even 5 people, although I had a harder time finding a picture of that didn't include one of us at an awkward stage, so you won't see that on the internet. The second trend seems to have been the Gwen has an idea trend, which most often included Gwen and some other child doing something very strange, usually the other child appearing the stranger of the two, but you can bet that whatever was going on in that picture is entirely my idea. The next trend is the this baby is adorable trend, which seems to say that if you put a baby near something that it doesn't quite belong with, it will be adorable. This trend may also be called the everything is better with babies trend. And then, of course, there's the trend of Gwen alone in photographs. Now, this seems to be the opposite of the sibling pile photograph, but it seems to indicate one of 2 things. Either my parents were very good at framing photos so that it was just me in a wide expanse of concrete, or that I'm more like that one adventurous duckling that we found near the creek a few weeks ago, the one that kept wandering off and exploring and getting trapped by large bipeds on bridges. You know the one that was often separated and fell off a lot more brick walls than the other ones. Kelsey, I'll see you tomorrow.